Happy Friday, everybody! It's Dr. Bridget Young from babyformulaexpert.com coming to you live from my parked car. I always forget to introduce myself. I'm Bridget Young. I'm a doctor of perinatal nutrition and a certified lactation counselor and founder of babyformulaexpert.com. And today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should mix breast milk with formula. First, I'm sorry that I'm coming to you from my car. My husband just got home from a kind of long trip, and whenever he leaves, my babies and I fall into this very unhealthy, codependent, clingy survival mode. So he told me to not come home, that he needed some quality time with the kids and wanted to put them to bed by himself. Oh my God. Done and done. So I'm actually leaving work late, and I'm going to go home after I wrap this up. So I've actually heard a couple different responses about this question. Should you mix breast milk with formula? Let me see. Sorry about that. And I've had several people tell me, oh, my doctor, mom, you name it, told me I shouldn't mix my breast milk with formula. Well, I mean, I'm here just to give you my own opinion, but here's the answer. Yes. Yes, you should. And I'll sign off. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I'll give you a little more detail, but I absolutely think you should mix your breast milk with formula if you're combination feeding. And actually, the vast majority of infants in the U.S. are combination fed to some degree. And mixing breast milk with formula in a variety of ways, I have personally found, is really helpful for babies to be able to digest and tolerate their formula better. This is especially the case if you're switching formulas. I really find that breast milk is almost like this smoother, that it just helps everything digest a little bit easier, and it helps minimize reactions that can occur. So there's a couple reasons why this may be that are scientifically based. The biggest one that I use that makes the most sense to me is that breast milk is actually full of digestive enzymes. It's like a meal that can digest itself almost, not completely, but it helps digest itself. So it kind of takes the load off of the baby's intestines. So if you are mixed feeding, meaning you're providing some breast milk and some formula, why not have the breast milk do some of the work for your baby? So this is why I think providing breast milk, if you can, when switching formulas, being able to mix it makes such a big difference, because not only are you diluting the formula, but the enzymes in the breast milk help digest the formula before it even gets to the baby's intestines, so it decreases the workload they have to do. The second probably biggest thing is that breast milk is full, I mean like really full, of human milk oligosaccharides, which are prebiotics. But these prebiotics do lots of things, and some of the things that they do is they're actually sort of healing. They're very anti-inflammatory, and well, so that's one thing. So they're very anti-inflammatory. So if a formula might be causing a small amount of inflammation that's bothering your baby, providing some of these human milk oligosaccharides along with the formula can help minimize that. They're also, the human milk oligosaccharides are very protective against infection and can actually bind infectious agents like a virus or a bacteria. So if, God forbid, your formula was contaminated for some reason, which we all worry about and is very rare, but providing a little bit of breast milk along with formula is going to minimize the chance that any infectious agent that happened to be in the formula could actually cause an infection. So that's just helpful, right? Very helpful. Again, that's very rare, don't worry, but we'll take it. And breast milk similarly has also other antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties, different hormones, different peptides. Peptides is the fancy word for proteins that we like to use to sound smarter. But again, if your formula is causing small microinflammation in the intestines that might cause a little bit of pain or gas or something, providing some of these things in breast milk along with the formula can help minimize those. So I've had a lot of people come to me and who are mixed feeding, and they do one bottle in the morning of breast milk, and then the midday snack is formula, or they're going on and off, and just having them mix the bottles makes a world of difference for the baby, whatever problem baby is having. So I'd really encourage you to try that if, oops, sorry, my storage is almost full, shocker. If you're not mixing your breast milk with formula, give it a shot. Okay, the other things I wanted to point out is just how to mix. I mean, you can literally just mix them in the bottle. I love that. Other ways, I think it works just fine to have the mixing occur in the stomach. So for instance, if you're nursing at the breast, then providing the top off bottle of formula, I think that's great. It's going to be able to mix in the intestines, and you're still going to get that benefit of kind of providing them together. And that way you also get this suckling stimulation at the breast when the baby's hungry, which we lactation counselors love. So if you're doing that, you're already mixing. So keep up the great work, mama. The other thing is, I know some people are hesitant to mix because if you've got a baby that doesn't always drink the same amount of formula, you don't want to waste any breast milk, and I totally get this. So if you're nervous about mixing a whole bottle of breast milk with formula because you don't want to throw any away, here's what you should do. Prep 2 bottles. One of breast milk, one of formula. So say, if you're not pumping enough volume, so you do maybe like 2 ounces of breast milk, and then you'll top off the rest with formula. Go ahead and prep the breast milk, put the nipple in the bottle, have a bottle of formula prepped, feed the baby the breast milk bottle, and then have the formula warming. You don't have to have a nipple on it, just transfer the nipple to the formula. Then you can top them off that way. That way, the breast milk and the formula still mix in the stomach, so you still get all the benefits of mixing those digestive enzymes with the formula. But that way, if the baby doesn't finish the formula bottle, you only are throwing away formula as opposed to formula and breast milk. And I know throwing away formula is very painful. But I had to decide, and I thought throwing away breast milk was even more painful because, Lord, you work for that stuff. So that's my suggestion of, if you're nervous, if you got one of those babies that goes up and down with their volumes and they're not consistent, prep 2 bottles, feed the breast milk first, then immediately feed the formula, and you can again just transfer the nipples so you don't have to clean out 2 nipples, and then it will mix in the stomach, and that will still work great. And I think that provides much more benefit in terms of digestion than doing a whole bottle of breast milk and then 2-3 hours later doing a whole bottle of formula. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, and the last thing I want to say, oh my God, Nikki Bryant, hi. This is a dear girlfriend of mine from high school. The last thing I wanted to say is there is one exception to this rule, and that is if you are feeding a formula for spit up. So if you've got one of those projectile spit up little dudes or girls, and you're feeding a thickened formula, so Enfamil and Similac both sell a force spit up formula. One is called AR and one is called force spit up. These formulas are thickened with some kind of starch. Usually it's rice starch. And if you mix these formulas with breast milk, just what I said happened will occur. The digestive enzymes in breast milk will start to digest the starch in the formula, and so the formula won't thicken because the starch is digested and it can't thicken. So if you mix a force spit up formula with breast milk, it won't thicken, and that kind of defeats the entire purpose of buying force spit up formula, and you've sort of wasted your money. You might as well buy something maybe a little cheaper. So if you are feeding a force spit up formula and you're having good luck with that, that's the only time I don't recommend that you mix. And if you're doing that and you're nursing and then feeding a bottle, you may notice a difference between the times that you nurse first and then give a thickened formula versus just a bottle, because some of that formula will mix with the breast milk that the baby nursed, and the starch will digest before it has a chance to thicken. So it may be less effective if you're providing it post-nursing versus just from a bottle by itself. That's it. Let's wrap this sucker up. Again, this is just my opinion. I hope I gave you good science to back it up. Other people have different opinions. If you have a different opinion about why maybe you shouldn't mix breast milk and formula, leave it in the comments. I'd actually really love to hear it. But that is my general opinion. I love mixing the two. I think it provides a lot of benefits, especially for babies who are having just a little bit of discomfort and a hard time digesting, and especially if you're going through that tough transition of switching formulas. Being able to mix the formula with a little bit of breast milk, I think really provides a lot of benefit for the baby in terms of being able to digest it more easily. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up so I can go home. If you guys need any individual help or having a feeding issue with your your baby, go ahead and sign up for a consultation with me. I do free 15-minute consultations on my website, or you can do it right here on Facebook. There's a Book Now tab, and I would love to chat with you more and hear more details about your individual baby and help you come up with a plan you feel really comfortable with. And we're approaching the 4th of July, so I wish everybody a very safe, happy 4th of July. We will be chasing parades of fire trucks in our house, because that is like literally the most exciting thing in the world for PD. So I have a really big weekend ahead of me. All right, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.